Good evening, everyone. I'll try to make my remarks just as personal as I want to. And I don't think it'll ever be tiring for me to say this, and I've said this so many times over the last 7 years, that yes, I am the son of immigrants that came to this blessed country and have had fulfilled their opportunities and worked hard. But I always say this in my riding, and anybody who knows me is, my father came here after putting electrical poles up on the Australian outback in the early 1950s, and then came to British Columbia to marry my mother. And then after that, he went on to be a sheet metal worker, a certificate, a laborer, and a carpenter, and a roofer. And even though I recently turned 50 years old, I'm proud of my father. He's still alive and doing quite well. I still remember as a kid, when he worked at a pulp mill for the last portion of his career, every weekend we would go do these odd jobs, and it was instilled in us. And that respect I have for the trades, for tradespeople, and what you do day in, day out, it's limitless. There are no words I can express my appreciation. You give livelihoods to people. You build the critical infrastructure in our country. You don't build houses, you build homes that we live in, and you build the community centers, and I'll be seeing one of them in Vaughan tomorrow that we just repurposed and sunk a bunch of money into, and those were done by your members. So I really just want to say thank you. I say thank you to my father, but I say thank you to you folks, what you do day in, day out. And it's just awesome to be here, and I was very thankful for the invitation. I do want to acknowledge, obviously, that we are in the land of which we gather this evening, the traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe people, the first peoples here, and we are grateful for the opportunity they have given us to be here. We all know the numbers, the 14 international unions, and here in Canada, over 500,000 workers and growing, and we need your services more so than ever, and we need more apprenticeships and more training. And I'll just touch on two things this evening that we've done in Budget 2022, which I'm very proud of. Obviously, when the CBTU met with me and asked, we want a labor mobility tax deduction, I said, of course, it's better than a credit. It's a bigger bang for your buck. But what does that mean? And for me, it means very simple. When I was a kid and I worked 3 summers at a pulp mill and we would have a shutdown, or when I visited the St. John's refinery and they needed to bring in 6,000 workers to do a turnaround, you get a tax deduction for those workers coming in. And that's important, and that's powerful, and that will encourage and provide financial incentives for people to do that, and I think that's very, very powerful. And the last note I'll say is I'm blessed in my riding to have 2 training facilities of LIUNA 183 and Local 27, the Carpenters. And the UTIP program, the Union Training Incentive Program that we just redoubled our efforts in the budget. I met with those young folks at one of the training centers last week, and I hope to visit the other one this week, that we're going through that program. And we need those apprenticeships. And, I've always coined the term, based on the German model, parity of esteem. If a young person is choosing to go get a BA in history, wonderful, great. But if a young person is going to be a tinsmith or a millwright or sheet metal worker, iron worker, whichever trade, it's the same thing. And in fact, I would argue some of those trades are a little bit harder. So I have your back. I know our government has your back. But more importantly, you have the backs of Canadians every day, and of course, our neighbors to the south as well, because there's people here from the States. So I just want to say welcome, safe travels. Have a great meeting, Sean and your team. And thank you for allowing me to say a few words tonight. It's really, really, really nice to be here. Thank you.